Hey guys, we're back, and if you haven't seen it, there's a part 1 to this video. I recommend checking that out first. It'll be linked in the top right and in the description. Welcome back to part 2 of my in-depth Xbox One X versus PC and system review. In the last video, I told you guys where I was coming from with my console experience over the last 10 years. Just to sum that up, I've been a console gamer since the 80s with the Atari 2600, then I moved on to the NES, SNES, Sega Genesis, Sega Saturn, and PS1. These are all consoles I played as a kid growing up. From the PlayStation 1, I went to the OG original Xbox. I skipped the PS2 generation. My buddy had one and I played there a lot. Grand Theft Auto 3 and Grand Theft Auto 4. We played a lot on that console, but I didn't personally have one. And some of these consoles I also didn't personally have, like the SNES. I didn't have an SNES. I played at a friend's house with the SNES. All the other consoles I mentioned, I did own. And then, as I told you in the last video, I did go from the 360 to a PC. Now I want to get into this amazing product we have here that launched this month, the Xbox One X. My personal experience over the last 3 weeks with the product has been an enjoyable one, to say the least. Okay, some of you guys might not be techies, but bear with me through this because I'm going to be talking some specs. Okay, first off, the Xbox One X has 8 custom x86 CPU cores clocked at 2.3 GHz. There's also an integrated AMD graphics 6 teraflop GPU. There's 8 GB of flash memory, 1 TB hard drive, 12 GB of GDR5 memory, a 4K Blu-ray player, HDR10 support, HDMI 2.0, Dolby Digital DTS 5.0, True HD audio and Atmos, dual band wireless Wi-Fi. There's an IR Blaster IR out, 3 USB 3.0 ports, SPDIF audio, and an Ethernet port. Now, most of these specs might not mean much to you, but what this means to me is this is an amazing console with a good host of feature sets that combined make a good experience. Okay, with the specs out of the way, let's talk about price. So the price factor. This must come into play and will be the deciding factor for many people. So let's compare its nearest competitor, the PS4 Pro. And let's see what this console has to offer. The PS4 Pro is priced slightly lower at $399 to the Xbox's $499. The PS4 has a similar but lower clocked 2.1 GHz 8-core AMD custom Jaguar CPU with an integrated AMD 4.2 teraflop GPU. It has 8 gigs of GDR5 memory, that's 4 less than the Xbox One X. It has a 1 TB hard drive, which I believe is a slower 5200 RPM, but I could be wrong about that. There's no 4K Blu-ray player, but there is a standard Blu-ray/DVD player. The PS4 Pro has limited 4K support in games, with many coming in at 2K. It also supports HDR as well, like the Xbox One X. In all, you're getting a more powerful console, including a 4K Blu-ray player, more capable to run 4K games for $99 more. I think that's a worthy upgrade. It's not bad when you think about it like that. You're paying $99 more to actually get double the performance, as we've seen a lot of these games are coming in at 2K, and a lot of the Xbox One X games are coming in at 4K. My personal experience with the PS4 Pro is lackluster at best. The way I look at it is the PS4 Pro didn't deliver on its promise of 4K gaming. The system fell far short of that. On the other hand, we have the Xbox One X, which does deliver 4K Ultra HD gaming with amazing audio and HDR. Not to mention, the 4K texture packs that come in a lot of these games make the game look amazing. The Xbox One X also supports 4K game capture. All of these aspects combined make the console the world's most powerful entertainment system that you can currently buy and put somewhere under your TV in the living room or in the bedroom. Now that we've talked about specs and established what the console claims to do, does it actually deliver? Here's my experience. I have a collection of games that I have compared between the Xbox One X and the PS4 Pro. I do own both consoles. If you guys want me to do more comparison videos of the games running side by side, let me know in the comments below and hit the like button, and maybe we'll do that in later videos. Okay, so some of the games that I was able to play on both systems were Final Fantasy 15, Titanfall 2, and Rise of the Tomb Raider. And let me just say, the comparisons between these consoles personally are night and day. When I played Final Fantasy 15, I could tell immediately that I was looking at a more sharper, crisper image that had more details in things like texture quality and lighting. Titanfall 2 was a hard one to compare the quality between each other. I think they are more similarly matched. However, Rise of the Tomb Raider, that's a whole nother story. That game on Xbox One X is top tier. I thought Rise of the Tomb Raider on PS4 Pro was amazing. The developers over at Nixxes and the other developers that they work with that does some of the upgrades are amazing. These guys know how to deliver with the power that they have in the console and give the gamer options to use in-game. Rise of the Tomb Raider is a prime example of what all developers should be doing. So I've played a lot of these games and I understand what the console can do, and from past experiences we can see that the console in the future, once the developers start making games around the hardware, can do even more. I've played games on the console like Assassin's Creed Origins, Call of Duty World War II, Wolfenstein 2, Forza 7, and the games I mentioned, Final Fantasy 15, Rise of the Tomb Raider, and Titanfall 2. These games, all of them, look and feel amazing to play in 4K HDR on a 4K TV. With that said, what was even more a treat is seeing the effort Microsoft has put into getting some of the older titles running at 4K and getting these games updated. Now, this can't be an easy task, getting developers to update their games when they are potentially in the midst of creating other newer titles. For many companies, resources are finite, but the work the Xbox team has done in making the process easy to get these games enhanced is nothing short of amazing. We've seen games like Elder Scrolls Online, Diablo 3, Halo 5, Quantum Break, Homefront, LA Noire, The Surge, Smite, Fallout 3, Oblivion, Assassin's Creed. All of these games were enhanced out of the gate. And these are just a few of the 83 or so total titles that are enhanced at the time of writing this. Microsoft has held up their end of the bargain, and they should be commended on that. I've been playing a lot of games on my Xbox One X, and it's the closest any console has come to getting the PC gaming experience in the living room, or in the bedroom in my case. I've been playing HDR games on my Samsung KS8000, and I'm absolutely enjoying it. From what I've learned over the past 7 years of being a PC gamer, in gaming there's always something new or more powerful coming to compete with your product you've just purchased. The Xbox One X is an amazing console that comes into gaming at the right time, just as 4K TVs are really starting to pick up and people are getting to see the capabilities of such a combination of a system. We can look forward to playing more amazing games at 4K in the near future. And for me, today, I'm not chasing top-of-the-line graphics cards anymore. I am glad the Xbox One X was created, because as we know, when you buy a new graphics card for your PC, it'll be out of date and replaced within a year or two. Yes, that's happening with consoles, but at a slower pace, it seems, and developers have more of a capability to tailor to the system, in my opinion, and give me an experience that is well suited for the hardware. There is many challenges to PC gaming, and that's why today I'm trying to steer away. Just as an example of this, a few years ago when Battlefield 4 released, I was almost unable to play that game for the first 6 months after it came out. I purchased the game and I was only able to play 15, 20, or 30 minutes at a time without it crashing. I couldn't complete a full game with my friends without me being booted and the game would crash. And I had no idea what the issue was. There was later updates that fixed it. And this was 6, even up to 8 months later after I've bought the game. That was a bad experience for me, and not one typical of PC gaming, but one that definitely can happen. PC gaming can be a struggle to get things up and running, and some people like that. And you know what? At the time, a few years back, I definitely did enjoy figuring out how to get my system best optimized. But today, I'm not looking for that. I want a console that runs games well. A 4K 30, 4K 60, 1800p, or 2K. All of those resolutions would be fine, and they would all hold up well on my 4K TV. Now don't get me wrong, I'll probably always have a capable gaming PC. But for me, the simplicity of the Xbox One X plus the power is very much its appeal. If you guys couldn't tell, I like the Xbox One X. And if anyone is looking for more gaming news and discussion, check out my channel and think about becoming a subscriber. I like to think we make quality content. If anyone wants to check out my social media, all the links will be in the description. My links to Twitter, Mixer, Facebook, and Twitch will all be down there. You can also find me on xboxnexus.com. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next video.